Hello and welcome to the channel. This is my 2013 Honda NT700V Deauville. In this video I'll be talking about the various issues I've had with the panniers and how I've resolved them. My solutions may not be to everyone's taste, and not everyone will have both the problems I have had. But after having had one of the panniers open while I was riding, I wanted to make sure the same couldn't happen again. So let's get on with the video. The Deauville is in most ways a great bike, but the integrated panniers locking mechanism is renowned for being fragile. The first problem comes from where the latch is attached to the panniers. Each latch is attached to the lid by two screws which fit into pillars on the pannier lid, and a combination of use plus the plastic becoming brittle over time means that the fixing points start to fail, as you can see on one of my spare large pannier lids. When I bought the bike, both sets of panniers worked fine, but someone had clearly already had the issue as the fitting points had been superglued back together. I only discovered this after they failed. Unfortunately, this isn't a good long-term solution, as the latch can still suddenly detach while on the move, as happened to me, or while closing the lid. And if you don't have all the pieces of the plastic pillar after it has shattered, it can be very difficult to reconstruct the fixing points. What I did to repair mine was to use epoxy resin. First I fixed back together the parts of the screw pillar I had, and then I filled around it with epoxy, fixing in the screws before the epoxy had hardened. And then, after that, sanding down any excess epoxy which was getting in the way of the mechanism. Generally it worked well, but where I was missing a lot of the fixing pillar, it was difficult to get the latch in exactly the right place. The other thing I did when repairing the lids was to add these latches to ensure that if the logs did fail, the pannier lids could not come open. I appreciate many people may not like the look of these, but I'm quite happy with them. If you are interested, they are bonnet latches from a Jeep Wrangler and are easily available on eBay. They cost about £20 or £30 for a pair. They are fairly easy to fit if you remove the bodywork, but still possible to fit while the bodywork is in place, though you will be attaching some of the bolts by feel. For the pannier lids, the bolts fit either side of the seal, and, with the exception of the need to cut down the front bolt so it doesn't fail the bodywork, they are simple to fit. Moving back to the issue with the design of the locking mechanism. The second issue I had is with the mechanism within the bike itself. To close the pannier lids correctly, you should ensure that both latches are aligned with their catches, and then gently close both at the same time. This is because both catches are hard linked together. In my opinion, it's a really foolish design which makes it very easy to damage. The front of the catch mechanism is only held on by two screws, and these screws are put under a lot of pressure if the closing mechanism isn't used correctly. As with the lids, over time the plastic can become brittle and prone to break. In my case, this has happened on both sides of the bike. What this means is the front catch is floating and will not actually engage properly. As a result, the whole mechanism will not lock properly. It should be clear to you that this has happened on at least one side of your bike, as it will become increasingly difficult to release the key as you lock the panniers. Or you can just feel them moving around by putting your finger in and wiggling it about. The catches will move up and down. I initially looked at fixing this permanently. My idea was to put a plastic block under the front latch, which I could attach from within the pannier, and then drill a hole through the metal plate on the latch mechanism and attach that to the block. Without removing the bodywork, access was fairly easy on the left hand side of the bike due to the opening for the locking mechanism. However, on the right hand side this isn't possible and you would have to remove the bodywork. When I tried to make the block to attach to the left hand side, it became obvious the construction would need to be very precise to lift and align the mechanism correctly. And to be frank, this was beyond my level of DIY skill. As I have the Jeep latches on my bike already, I decided I didn't care if the front catch was engaged at all, as long as I could get the back catch to lock on its own. Looking at pictures of the mechanism online, I worked out it would be possible to remove the front latch mechanism and retain function of the rear latch mechanism just by doing two things. First, remove the connecting rod which connects the front and rear latches. This can be done just by wiggling each end out with a pair of pliers. Secondly, on the front latch mechanism, remove the spring which holds the locking mechanism closed. As if this was still in place, the latch could theoretically lock and you wouldn't have a way of unlocking it. Once this is done, you can see that the rear latch and locking mechanism work as designed and the key functions normally. So with the addition of the Jeep bonnet latches, the panniers are both securely closed and locked, plus nobody could easily tell that they are only locked from the rear lock. One last word of warning though. As you put the bike back together, the tension on the locking wire is quite specific. If you don't put it back together properly, it may be impossible to unlock the panniers, and if you then put the seat back on without checking it works first, you are locked out of the bike. I know, I'm the fool that did it. So please double check the panniers will open with the key before putting the seat back on. If you do manage to lock yourself out, on my bike it was possible to force a small flathead screwdriver into the gap enough to force the seat release open, but that may not always be possible. That's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. I'll be doing more content on the Deauville shortly. Plus, you can find a huge number of other bike related videos on my channel. So if you haven't already, why not subscribe to the channel? Regardless, thank you for watching. So these are the screws where the pannier catches fit in on the lids. They're quite fragile plastic things. And these are my large lids, but if you look on this side you can see already this one here is cracking and coming apart, and over time that will just break down and the catch will fall out and the catches will no longer work. Now that problem with the catches has happened on both of my panniers, and so you can see how I've repaired them. Essentially what I've done is I've built up where the screw holes were with epoxy resin and then put the catches back on in the appropriate place. And then I've had to sand down to make sure the epoxy resin works correctly. Additionally to this, I've put this catch on because I don't trust them not to break again, and when one of them broke, it broke while I was riding along and the pannier flung open, so I put these catches on which basically clip and hold the panniers in place. Whether you like the look of those or not, it's up to you. The problem is though, what causes the problems is people slamming the panniers, which I just had to do there to get it to catch at all. But basically when you close the pannier, sometimes it catches, sometimes it doesn't, and that's because of the design of it. You can see this design in other videos, but basically what you have is two catches, one there that are interconnected. As you close a pannier you have to actually close them both at the same time in order for it to clip properly. Now even if you do that on this bike it won't work, and the reason for that is down to this second problem, which is why I've got the bike apart at the moment. So basically if you look in here at this catch and I move my hand inside, looking here at this catch and I move my hand inside, you can see it's currently mobile, it moves around quite easily, and as a result when the catch goes in to that hole it actually pushes backwards. I can show you this. So if I look through the inspection hole, as the catch goes in the whole thing pushes backwards, and rather than it latching in it's moving away, it's actually further back. If I put a little bit of pressure on, then able to get some grip on it and push it in, you can see it clips into place there, and then the lock is actually in place in the right place. I've locked the mic wire into place as well, and it opens, but as it opens it moves backwards and downwards, and the reason for this is that there is a screw which is in there which is meant to hold this catch into place both up and that way, and that fixing has broken on the inside due to people slamming the pannier. And so my plan is to use a bit of HDPE block, so plastic block basically. So here we go, here's my bit of HDPE block. I'm going to cut that to size to fit under this latch, and then I can hold it in place in 2 points, giving it a nice secure base, then drill a hole in the latch, and then so the placement of this will lift it up, and then when I drill a hole in it, I can lift that forward and then drill it in and hold it in place at the right point, and hopefully that will hold the latch in a suitable place and the latch mechanism will work properly. Come around this side. So the problem I've got is the same thing as the case on the other pannier, and in exactly the same way. You can't really see it, but that one moves as well and has lost its fitting too. Problem on this side is there is no inspection hatch there, because it doesn't have the lock mechanism on that side, the key mechanism on that side. There's no inspection hatch, and so either I've got to take the whole of the side of the pannier off, or I literally cut an inspection hatch to make my drilling easier. Okay, so I have tried very hard to put a block in behind here, and to be quite honest, it's been impossible. There's just not enough access. You could take the whole pannier off and potentially try that, but it just wasn't working for me, so I've given up on that. My solution to the problem is fairly simple actually. This thing is moving, as I've said, and so therefore the catch won't actually catch correctly on it as I open and close it. So what I've done is the linking bar, which goes from this one through to the back here to in there, I've removed, and that's the linking bar that would normally sit in there. And what that means is that on this catch, the linking bar would be sprung into the open position normally. So without the linking bar, it springs open and it thinks the front is unlocked. It allows the rear to still lock without any trouble. And I've then removed this spring in here that holds this locking mechanism onto the catch. That way, if it did ever actually properly catch, it would not be able to lock in place. It would just unlock again straight off. And as a result, when I pull this catch, it now opens fine. It's just locking on this back lock now. This one essentially does nothing at all. So goes in, locks on that lock. Even if that was to get round and locked, it couldn't actually hold it in place. So that's fine. And on top of that, if I pull on, this is the locking mechanism. If I pull on the locking mechanism, you can see it's able to freely move all the way across. There's nothing blocking it once it's closed. When I open it, it won't move, which is correct. And if I close it and then I pull it closed, so it's tight, then I do the catch, which I can't really do with 3 hands. It still won't open because the locking mechanism is locked. As soon as I do it again, it opens. So, okay, so I've only got locking on one rear catch, which is fine for me, but I've got these catches here to hold it in place permanently so it can't fall open. So for me, rear panniers will lock, maybe not as securely as they did before, but nobody's really going to know that. The locking mechanism now works okay, and I've got kind of 2 methods of panniers being closed and the panniers locked and secured. So I've done exactly the same on the other side as well. So these clips you see here that I put on the side to help secure the panniers permanently, if you are interested in them, I got them off eBay, about £20–25 a pair, and they are actually clips designed to hold the bonnet down on a Jeep Wrangler, the current-ish model basically, but you should be able to find some. The bolts work quite well. The bolts fit quite nicely, one on the inside, one on the outside. I haven't needed to do any additional sealant on the inside. It seems to be watertight. I did have to cut the end of this bolt off to make sure it didn't catch on the top, but they work quite well. So I have put the bike all back together. I'm not going to put the seat on just yet, because before I put the seat on, I'm going to test that the key actually works and locks and unlocks correctly and comes out. So what you can do is you can look in there at the locking mechanism. I can see it's coming all completely free, and not only that, the key, when I put it in, the key, when I put it in and turn it, it should unlock without an issue. Now, that may sound a bit basic and obvious, but some idiot is bound to not quite get the wiring correct and then find they put the bike back together and put the seat on and then can't get into the bike because it's locked in place. That idiot, of course, would be me. Anyway, so that's what I've done, and I would thoroughly suggest before putting the seat back on you double check the lock is all working, because there's no real way of getting in there if you do manage to get it permanently locked. How I got in there, if you do find that, is there was just enough wiggle room on the pannier here to get a screwdriver in and pull the latch for the seat back to get it open again. That's about it. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it interesting.
Who jammer flip?
Who jammer flip?